Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another very special Harcourts Rata and Co. on-site online auction. My name is Tony Lombardi, Director and Auctioneer. Throughout the crowd, you will see some of my colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, they're here to assist you with any questions that you may have in regards to the property, the documentation, and of course, most importantly, to assist you with your bidding. Contracts have been on display. I'm sure that many of you have taken your time to familiarise yourself with them. Particulars of sale as per the contract prepared by the Vendors League representative. Buyers who want to quickly touch base on the rules and regulations that will assist you in bidding and buying this fantastic property here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance to any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids offers on a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer will indicate bidders and request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for these conducts. The rules permit vendor bids. The words that were used during the auction to indicate to make behalf of the vendor are vendor bid. By law, only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Well, buyers, I'm here to sell if you're here to buy. Please raise your hand, call your bid out in a nice, clear voice. Use the assistance of one of my colleagues. I wish you all the very best with your bidding. We thank our vendor for selecting Harcourts Rata & Co. to sell their property. Buyers, question of you. Let's go shopping. What's it worth, buyers? Where do we see it start? Any bid's a good bid. Happy to start wherever you like. Where do we see it start? What's it worth? Where do we see that start? Where do we see an opening bid, buyers? No, we've got plenty of people that have been through it, multiple inspections, lots of interest. Now's the time to show that interest, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we see a start? 800. $800,000 even. Bang, bang. There's the bid. We're off and running. Welcome to the bidding, ma'am, and good luck to you. 800,000. We're fairly bidding off and take 20 the rise. At 8 the bid. At 8 the bid. 20 the call now. Bids here at $800,000 that I'm fairly bidding off at first call. Bids here left-hand side. Second call. Bids here at $800,000 the bid. Third final call. Bids here all done, all finished, all silent. 820. At 820 the bid, and welcome to the bidding. Good luck to you as well. At 820 the bid, 840, ma'am. 840. 840 I've got 840 here, sorry. 840, 870, sir. 870, good bidding. 870 the bid means business. At 870 the bid. At 870 the bid, where do we see 90? 870 I've got now. 890, 890 the bid. 890 I've got here out in front. At 890 the bid now. 890, here is the bid. On the, yes, no, maybe. 900. At 900. The bid's here at 900. We're on the market. We're selling bids here at $900,000. At 900, I've got first call. At 910. At 910, the bid. 910,000 left-hand side, and we sell at 920 at the rear, sir. At 920, good, I can lip read, hey, sir. At 920, the bid. At 920, the bid. The bid's there at 920, the bid. At 920, I've got first call. At 930 here. At 30, I've got. At 30, the bid. At 30, the bid. At 30, I have. First call at 930. Second call, 930. We sell 930, 935. 935, the bid. At 935, I've got first call bids. Here we sell. 935, I've got second call. At 935, I've got third final call. At 40 now. At 940, the bid. At 940, the bid is here. And we sell, playing for keeps. At 940,000, first call. 942. At 960. 960, bang, bang. At 960, the bid. Good buying, sir. At 960, I've got bids here. At 960, the bid. At 960, I have. First call at 960. 965. At 965, the bid. Back to you, sir. 965 here. First call at 965. First call, second call at $965,000, and we sell 980. 980. At 980 means business. At 980 the bid. 980,000. Now do we say cool million, sir? At 980 the bid. At 980 I've got $1 million, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. 85. At 85 the bid. At 85 the bid here. At 85 I've got, do we say seven figures, sir? At 85 the bid. 985 first call. 985 second call. 985 we sell. 95. Work with you, sir. 95. Doesn't like the million. Wants 95. At 95 the bid. At 95 the bid here. At 95 $1 million to get yourself on top, sir. 1,000, 96, 96. Everyone's trying to save away from seven figures. 96 the bid. Stamp duty's the same. 96 of